Welcome. I am so glad you are here today. Take a slow breath and imagine something with me. Picture yourself standing on a wide open plain. The sun is rising over endless grasslands. Far in the distance, mountains touch the sky. Great rivers cut through the land like silver ribbons. Forests stretch farther than the eye can see. The land before you is vast, beautiful, wild, ancient, and today we are going to walk through its story together. A story of dreams and ambition, of courage and conflict, of freedom and struggle. A story that would shape the modern world. This is the story of the United States of America. And like all great stories, it begins long before the country itself existed. Thousands of years ago, before there were cities, roads, or skyscrapers, people already lived on this land. These were the Native American peoples. They were not one nation. They were hundreds of nations. Each had its own language, traditions, beliefs, and way of life. Some hunted buffalo across the Great Plains. Some built great cities in the Southwest deserts. Some lived among the forests of the East. Others traveled the frozen lands of the North. For thousands of years, these peoples thrived. They knew the rivers. They understood the seasons. They respected the land. This was their home. Then, far across the Atlantic Ocean, a different world was changing. Kings wanted wealth. Merchants wanted new trade routes. Explorers dreamed of discovering unknown lands. And soon ships would sail westward into the unknown. In 1492, an explorer named Christopher Columbus crossed the Atlantic Ocean. He believed he had found a new route to Asia. He was wrong. Instead, his journey opened the door to an entirely new continent. Over the next century, explorers from Spain, France, England, and other European kingdoms arrived in North America. Some came searching for gold, some came seeking power, others came hoping for a new life. Among them were English settlers who established colonies along the eastern coast. Life was difficult. The winters were harsh, food was scarce, disease spread quickly. Many settlers did not survive, yet more people kept arriving. Slowly, 13 colonies grew along the Atlantic coast. These colonies would eventually become the foundation of a new nation. But the people living there began to feel frustrated. They paid taxes to Britain. They followed British laws. Yet they had little say in how they were governed. The question grew louder every year. Should a people be ruled by a distant king, or should they govern themselves? The answer would change history forever. In 1776, the colonies declared their independence. A revolution had begun. The words written in the Declaration of Independence echoed around the world. All men are created equal. The war that followed was long and difficult. Many believed the colonies could never defeat the powerful British Empire. But against the odds, they succeeded. In 1783, the United States became an independent nation. A new chapter had begun. Yet the young country faced enormous challenges. Its leaders had to build a government, create laws, protect freedoms, and unite people from different backgrounds. One of those leaders was George Washington. He became the first president of the United States. His leadership helped guide the nation through its fragile early years. As the years passed, the country expanded westward. New states joined the Union, cities grew, industries developed. Immigrants arrived from every corner of the world, seeking opportunity and a better future. But beneath this growth lay a deep contradiction. A nation founded on freedom still allowed slavery. Millions of African men, women, and children lived without liberty. The issue divided the country, and eventually it led to one of the darkest chapters in American history, the Civil War. Beginning in 1861, Americans fought Americans, brother against brother, neighbor against neighbor. The war claimed hundreds of thousands of lives. When it finally ended in 1865, slavery was abolished. The nation remained united, but the scars would last for generations. Despite its struggles, America continued to grow. Railroads crossed the continent. Factories transformed cities. Inventors changed everyday life. The country entered the 20th century as a rising power. Then came 2 world wars. American soldiers fought overseas. American factories supplied allies. And after World War II, the United States emerged as one of the most influential nations on Earth. It led scientific breakthroughs, sent astronauts to the moon, created technologies that transformed the world. Yet its story was never perfect. There were battles for civil rights, movements for equality, moments of triumph and moments of failure, because a nation, like a person, is always learning, always changing, always becoming. Today, the United States is home to people from nearly every culture, language, and background imaginable. Its history is a story of hope and hardship, of mistakes and progress, of ordinary people doing extraordinary things. And perhaps that is the lesson hidden inside this story. Great nations are not built in a single day. They are built one generation at a time by people who dare to dream of something better. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the story of the United States. And remember, every country has a history, every history has a lesson, and every lesson has the power to change the future.